Okay, good morning or good evening, and welcome to Tsongkhapa Day. We call Gandeng Namche, and it's good to see you guys. So the very first thing I'd like to do is to welcome Jenny Wong from the Singapore group. Tim, is there some way to do that?
Yeah, I've asked her to. I've asked her.
I guess you're doing it already.
Working on it. There she is.
Yeah, hi Jenny. I like your mask. So this special 3-day teaching is to honor Jenny Wong and the Singapore group for many years of hard work, more than 10 years of hard work. And they have spent 10 years helping us all over the world, in Vietnam, in Taiwan, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Singapore. And Jenny especially has worked really, really hard, really, really hard. She's also learning English and Chinese both, and I wish I could be like her. And now she's teaching in English and in Chinese. And she's just worked really, really hard. And her group is helping us all over the world. The Singapore group is helping our children's charity. More than 500 children are being helped every day at their school and with their clothing and their food. And they have helped build the roads at Diamond Mountain. They have helped build many things at Diamond Mountain. They have helped with the Castle Rock Fund, which is the new sort of a fund to help all of the people in the world. And I can't even count all the things that they have done. And so, I called them and I said, hey, how about I can do a 3-day teaching for free with you guys? And we can do it through the Singapore group. And so first of all, I just want to thank you, Jenny, for all your hard work, for years of hard work, and all your beautiful staff, all your friends, all my friends there. They worked so hard for so many years. And I don't know, Jenny, you want to say hi? Tim, can we do that? Oh, still can't hear.
Hello. Yes, I can hear right now. I can. Yeah.
Try again, you. Jenny.
Yeah. No. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, it's okay.
Can you hear me? Just. 他们听不到我。Oh. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Jenny. We're good.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gashira, for your. I'm so happy to have this event, and then you're teaching us for 3 days. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my honors can do these things with ACI team and Diamond Press. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. I couldn't hear, but everyone else can hear, so it's good. And thank you, Jenny, again. So today is the Gandeng Namche, which we call the 25th of the 10th month. So the moon to the black moon, it's 5 days away. And this is considered the new year in Mongolia, for example. In fact, today is Tsongkhapa's birthday and passing away day, and also Enlightenment Day. So all three happen on this day. And it's so important in Mongolia that everybody celebrates this day as their birthday. So never ask a Mongolian person what is their birthday, because the answer is always the same. And this is the tradition. Let me check my speaker. Okay, Tim. My speaker's on, I hope so. Okay, let me check here. Okay, I think my speaker's on, Tim. You want to test it?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'm sorry. And Arena, if I forget to do anything today, you remind me, okay? Because it's difficult for me to look at all the things at the same time. So we're going to have a special tradition on Tsongkhapa Day that we light 1,000 lamps. And this is called Dong Che. And Dong means 1,000. And Che means offering of 1,000 butter lamps. And I put some lamps on this Christmas tree for Tsongkhapa. So that's my beginning of my butter lamps for Tsongkhapa. And I can see in Singapore, Taiwan, Diamond Mountain, and Malaysia, you guys already started your butter lamps. And let's light them now, okay? And these teachings of Tsongkhapa are like the light for the whole world. And you can think that the world is like darkness. And without these teachings, the world is dark. It's black. Even in the daytime, the world is black. And it means, different people have different ways to be successful. Different people have different ways of living. But really, in the end, we all have to die. Everyone gets old. Everyone gets tired. Everybody's body breaks. And they leave this world. And we don't see them after that. And there's only one real hope to change that. And that's if we can practice this teaching of Tsongkhapa very well. We can change that for the whole world. So it's like this teaching of Tsongkhapa is like a light. And so we, on his birthday, we like to offer the special lights. So you guys can start lighting, and I will also light. And several people burned down their house this way, but hopefully we won't do. Okay. All right, good. And thank you guys. I can see you in Taiwan, Singapore, Diamond Mountain. They're very beautiful. Malaysia, Japan. Thank you for lighting. So when you light the lamp, just imagine that this is the light in the world that gives people hope to stop the darkness of death, the darkness of old age, darkness of war, darkness of sickness in the world. And that's the purpose of what we do. It's the purpose of what all of us are spending every day, and why we work so hard, is to put this light in the world. And I believe it's the only hope that the world has to stop death, and to stop death not just for this world, but for many, many worlds, countless worlds. We're not the only world in the universe. There are countless worlds in the universe. There are countless beings in the universe. And if you study Tsongkhapa's teaching, if you learn them, you can meet those people, and that's fun. I mean, if you think about it, to meet all the people on other planets. I enjoy just flying to other countries. But if you study Tsongkhapa's teaching, then actually you can travel to countless planets. And And it's an amazing experience. It's an incredible experience. It's a great experience for me to go to Russia or go to Singapore, go to Japan. But imagine the experience to go to countless worlds and visit the people there and help them and be a light for them. So try to remember that during these 3 days. In these 3 days, we'll be talking about the story of Tsongkhapa, his life story. Not because of history. It's not because of a history lesson. I'm not very interested in history or what's the date of somebody or something like that. I don't think it's so helpful for the world, but we're going to study his life inside of his mind. You know, we're going to study what was he thinking about and what was he doing to be a light in this world, you know, because we can also be a light for this world. We also have all the equipment, the same as Tsongkhapa. We are not different from him. We have the ability and we have the chance to help the whole world. You are not far away from this ability. You have met the teachings of Tsongkhapa. You understand how to meditate. You understand about emptiness. You understand about good karma. So we are not very far away from Tsongkhapa. And we can also be a light for the whole world, okay? And I don't see Tsongkhapa as coming from one country. I feel like he's a teacher for the whole world. So in these 3 days, we're going to talk about a special book. This is the book. It's called King of the Dharma. And this is a book that I finished about 20 years ago. And I'm going to tell you the story about the book. And this book came out, this new edition came out this month. And it's coming out in English and also in Chinese. There's some countries where we are not allowed to publish this book, and we are not publishing it in those countries. But in Singapore, in the United States, and other places where it's allowed, we have published this book. And I want to tell you the story about the book. So, I don't know. I spent 25 years. I was a student of my teacher, Ken Rinpoche Geshe Losang Tarchen, in a small Mongolian temple. There's a picture here. Let me see. You can see this picture, kind of, you can see. It was a very, very cold place near New York. And it's a small Mongolian temple. We have about 15 monks there, not much. And all of the monks' average age is about 75 years old. They are refugees from World War II. And they are living in America. And they built 3 or 4 big temples there. Very difficult. They didn't have any money. They built the temples with their own hands. And they brought great teachers there from Mongolia, from Kalmykia, which is Mongol people in Europe, and from Tibet and from India. They brought teachers, great teachers came there. And so during the hippie times, which is my favorite time, some hippies came to those temples, and they were from some very good universities, from Harvard, 4 famous hippies came there, and from Princeton University, and we met those great lamas, great teachers, and we tried to learn how to speak Tibetan. We tried to learn how to read the ancient books, and I also became a monk through that temple. And I lived at that temple for 25 years. And I studied with my teacher. Later, he took me to the main Sera monastery. And that's when I did my Geshe studies. But I remember this temple, and it was a very beautiful part of my life. So I was studying there, and we used to have all the monks will get together on holidays, and we will pray together in the temple. And there's a few Tibetan monks and mostly Mongolian monks from Kalmyk, Mongol. This is Mongol near Russia, near South Russia. And lucky, I learned how to speak Russian in my university. So lucky I was able to talk with them. And I learned to speak Tibetan with the Tibetans. But when we do the prayers, the main teacher, the main monk, he was blind. He couldn't see. He was a very high geshe from Tibet, but he was born in Mongolia. And so he was Mongolian. And he was a very stubborn man. And he insists to lead the prayers, even though he cannot read. But he memorized all the prayers. So he will lead the prayers, and we don't have choice. We have to follow him, you know. And he will go like this. Then he goes very, very fast, you know. And even I cannot find the book he's reciting before he's finished. You know, he will finish the prayer. I'm still looking for what the book he's praying, you know. And I got all the books, all the possible books. I have a big stack around me. And when he starts the prayer, I will grab the right book and I will try to find the page. But sometimes he's just impossible. He will memorize some ancient prayer. I don't know the prayer. And actually, I got angry. I used to get upset. And I used to go on strike. So strike means I don't even try to follow the other monks. Sometimes I will fake reciting. And sometimes I'm too angry even to fake it, you know. And so I just sit there and ignore everybody. And I will look at the temple. It's a beautiful temple. It has many, many beautiful paintings from Mongolia and old paintings. And then high in the temple, there are some strange thangkas, 15 strange Tibetan paintings, you know. And I couldn't see them very clearly. I could see Tsongkhapa is in each thangka, but I couldn't see them. Then my teacher used to have a retreat every summer in New Jersey, and it's very hot. The weather is very, very hot. And he'd tell me, we don't have air conditioning. And he gets a big ladder, and he tells me, you go open the windows at the top of the church, you know, top of the temple. The temple is 3 or 4 stories high. And I have a special ladder. It's like, I don't know, it's like 20 meters, 20 or 30 meters high. And I have to climb up the ladder, and I have to open the window. And it's very frightening for me. And there's nobody to help me. But sometimes I go up there to open the window and I can see these paintings, Tsongkhapa painting close. And I realize it's 15 different paintings. Each one is different. Each one has Tsongkhapa in the middle. And then each painting has many small paintings next to it. And then I can see, if I look very carefully, I can see some writing on the painting. There's some tiny, tiny writing on the painting in Tibetan language. And I got very interested about these paintings, and I studied them for 15 years. I wrote down all of the writing. I studied what's going on in each painting. And then I realized these are the life story of Tsongkhapa, and not his history, but the story of his mind and the story of his heart, what's happening inside his heart for his whole life, 600 years ago, is in these paintings, you know. And I was so happy to find them. And so anyway, I decided to make a book about the paintings. When I went to the Biblioteca Vostokovodenia in Petersburg, I found the woodblock carving about the painting, how to write the history of Tsongkhapa. I found that book in Russia, in the St. Petersburg Library. And John Brady's project was there for 12 years. We cataloged 141,000 books. And one of those books is the story, how to paint those paintings. So I used the book and I translated it and I made this book. And this book has 3 parts. By the way, Tim, if you want to, well, let's do later. This book has 3 parts, okay? First part is the story of the temple. Like, what's the story? How was this temple built? This is my teacher sitting in the temple. And the first part of the book is all about my teacher and how he came to this temple. He was sent there by the Dalai Lama, and how he taught all the hippies there. So it's a very cute story about how the hippies came to New Jersey. And those hippies became great professors all over the world. They became the great translators. Here you can see this is the top of the temple and the chandelier. So the first part of this book is all about, here's the book from Russia. 1 page from the book in Russia. It tells you how to paint the paintings, okay? And then in the last part of the book is all the paintings themselves with the original manuscript, okay? And it took many, many years to finish. And each thangka, here's 1 thangka. Here's 1 painting. There are 15 paintings. And each painting has tiny, tiny letters. And here's the letters and here's the meaning of each part of Tsongkhapa's inner life, okay? His inside life. So there's 150, over 150 stories about Tsongkhapa's inner life, his inside life, ever since he was a kid up until the day he passed away, which is today. And that's the last part of the book, the 3rd part of the book. And it took many, many years to finish it. It was very, very difficult, but we finished it. So the first part of the book is the history of these paintings and these hippies, including Geshe Michael. And the last part of the book is all the paintings and each different part of each painting. And it was 15 years of hard work. It was very, very difficult work. In the middle of the book is the big part of the book. And we talk about Tsongkhapa's life and what did he do in his life, okay? So I think this is the important part of the book. The paintings are very interesting. The history of his life, what did he do each year of his life. The first part is interesting about the hippies and how the Mongolians came to America, how they built their temples, and how they got these paintings. How did they get these paintings? Where did these paintings come from? But the inside of the book, the middle of the book, it tells you how to live like Tsongkhapa, each part of his life. Okay, so like here, it's how to do retreat. And how did he do his retreat? This one talk about he learned how to dance. He learned to do religious dancing, spiritual dancing. And how can we do dancing ourselves? How can we do spiritual dancing? You know, this one story of how he saw emptiness directly. And you can see Manjushri put a sword in his heart. Manjushri put a sword inside of Tsongkhapa's heart. And then he saw emptiness directly. So the purpose of this book is to give you some guidebook, some map, how you can do like Tsongkhapa, how to learn to dance like him, how to learn to see emptiness like him, how to learn to meditate, how to learn to do retreat. All the big things he did in his life are in this book. And it's a great book, okay? And it's available. We just finished the paperback, so it's much cheaper. And you can order the book from the Diamond Cutter Press. It took me about 15 years to finish the paperback because it was a lot of work to change the book to paperback. But now it's available this month. 15 years of hard work, 30 years total. And this book I made to donate the money to the small Mongolian temple in New Jersey, where the hippies learned, and me, where we learned Tibetan, where we learned to read the ancient books. And we are always donating the profit of the book to that temple. So we made a hard copy 20 years ago, 17 years ago. And we sold it. Jenny Wong's group sold many copies for us. Thank you. And we donated all the money to this small temple so they can teach the hippies of the next generation and the next generation. And so this book also, we're going to donate all the profits to the temple. We will pay our staff for their work. We will pay for the paper and the book, and then we will donate to the temple. And so far, it's been very successful, and we helped the temple a lot. And it helped them to stay healthy and to invite more monks there. And those monks are now teaching. That's now third generation is teaching there, okay? I'm gonna, we had so some museums asked me to come there and talk about these paintings. So I went to some museums in New York. I went to the National Museum of Argentina and other museums. And I taught about this book and about these paintings. And I realized it's too much to teach in 1 hour or 2 hours. It's impossible to talk about Tsongkhapa's life in 1 hour or 2 hours. So I decided to pick 12 important things he did with his life. 12 important practices he did in his lifetime. And these are 12 things that you and I can learn how to do. And so I made 12 posters that people can keep in their house. And you can put the posters on the wall. And these are the 12 big things that you can do and I can do if we want to be like Tsongkhapa, if we want to see emptiness, if we want to learn to meditate, if we want to be a light in the world. There are 12 different main things he did, 12 main things he did. And then we thought, Jenny Wang and me, and we had a plan, because Tsongkhapa's birthday is today, and New Year's, Western New Year's is in 2 days from now. We thought, let's have his birthday, and let's have 3 days of teaching about his life. And then we can have New Year's celebration together. So we will celebrate the New Year, Western New Year, on midnight in Singapore, which is also midnight in Beijing, also Indonesia, parts of Malaysia. So we're going to celebrate the day after tomorrow. We will invite all guests from mainland China also, and from other countries around the world. For me, it will be 9 o'clock in the morning, but I don't mind to celebrate with you guys. For Europeans, it will be afternoon. That's okay. I know you guys, you start your champagne a little bit early usually anyway. So in Russia, right, Kadin? So we can celebrate at the same time. For Alex Rivas and me, you are 1 hour ahead of me, I think. But anyway, we can celebrate the New Year together. This broadcast is not allowed in mainland China because it's religious, and I'm not allowed to teach religion in mainland China. So we cannot show this broadcast for 2 days. But the third day will not be religious. We will not show religious books. And on the third day, we will invite our friends from China, mainland China also. And we won't talk about religious subjects. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to show you these 12 main activities that Tsongkhapa did in his life, okay? 12 main things. And if we can learn to do the 12, we can be like him. And we can be a light in this world for many, many worlds, countless worlds. And you can do it, okay? You won't get a better chance. You won't get a better chance. You have a healthy body. You are not too old like grandpa. I just turned 69 a few days ago. You are young. You are strong. You can meditate. You have good teachers like Jenny. You can meditate. You can practice, and you can be like Tsongkhapa, okay? It's not crazy idea, okay? We have to plan about it, and you can be like Tsongkhapa. There's no reason why not. You have all the teaching. You have enough food. You're not a refugee, okay? You have a comfortable life, and there's no reason why you can't do it. So we're going to study 12 different things that Tsongkhapa did in his life. And so 2 days, we will cover 12 different posters. And I made them with Rob Russinger. He's the former president of Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. He's a great, great man. He's a really great man. And it's a big honor to know him. And he worked on this book for many years also. He laid out the whole book. And we worked for many years together. He didn't charge any money. In fact, he donated the money for the first printing. So he donated all his time, and he donated his money. And so we made 12 posters to show the story of Tsongkhapa from the paintings. We took the sexy parts from the paintings, And then we added some hippie things also to the paintings to make them fun. Okay, so I'm going to show you the 12 new posters, and we will study them together. Each poster has one part of Tsongkhapa's life, his inner life. And for 2 days, I will teach you the posters which I made from the paintings with Rob Bressinger. And then on the 3rd day, when the mainland friends can come also, we won't talk about religion. We won't show the religious paintings, but we will talk about our plan together for the new year. So what's your plan? What's my plan to improve my life? Okay, it's a custom in America and other countries. On the new year, you also make some promises for the new year. So Jenny, usually it's, we like to overeat too much during Christmas time. And Grandpa also gained a lot of weight this month. And usually we make a promise on New Year, like we will eat more careful, we won't eat meat, we won't drink alcohol, we will exercise every day, or we will treat our family better, or we won't yell at our boss, or something like that. We make a promise on the new year. So my suggestion together on the new year, 3rd day of this teaching, let's all make our promise together. You can make some promise for the new year. And for 2 days, I will give you some choices about what promise you can make, okay? So I will give you some choices about Tsongkhapa's favorite practices. And then think about it for today and tomorrow. Which one do you want to make your promise for the new year? And then on the 3rd day, when we have all the friends from mainland China also, we can make our promise together. You can make some promise for the new year, okay? Usually, Jenny, we break the promise within 3 weeks or 4 weeks, but that's okay. At least we can get some good seeds from keeping the promise. Some people keep it for the whole year, and those are very good people. So I'm going to share my screen now, Tim. Let me see here. So these are the posters which I made. Let me see if I can change this. Yeah, these are the posters that I made together with Rob Bressinger almost 20 years ago. And each poster has a story. Each poster says, you can do this, or you can do this, or you can do this, you see? So there are 12 posters. And these 2 days, I will teach you the 12 posters. There are a lot of pictures from Tsongkhapa's life. The main pictures are from Tsongkhapa's life. But I mix in some, me and Rob, we mix in some other pictures. Okay, this is my teacher. I put him inside the Tsongkhapa poster because he's important for me. So this is my teacher. He's sitting in the Mongolian temple. And this is a very rare statue. This photograph, the black and white, this is a statue of Tsongkhapa. And it was made while he was alive, 600 years ago. So this statue was made of Tsongkhapa. His people who don't like him 600 years ago, they call him Mr. Big Ears, or they call him Mr. Big Nose, Nago Chimbo, because he had a very big nose and he had big ears. And this statue was made 600 years ago. And this photograph was made in 1940. And when Tsongkhapa saw the statue, he immediately said, wow, that looks like me. You know, that looks like me in Tibetan language. It's nganda, ngandama, nganda means, hey, it looks like me. It really looks like me, you know. And then that statue's name is Ngandama. Ngandama means that looks like me statue, okay? And it was destroyed during the Cultural Revolution in China. But we have one photograph of the painting. The hands were covered by a scarf in the photograph. And my mom, my stepmom, some of you know her, she's 95 years old. She got the hands back. She got the hands back on the picture. So this is a real picture of Tsongkhapa, okay? This first poster name is Find Your Heart Teacher, okay? You should try to find your heart teacher. And if there's 12 most important things which Tsongkhapa did in his life, the first one, and always the most important one, is to find your teacher, find your heart teacher, okay? You can have many teachers. I have about 15 main teachers, but only one heart teacher, okay? Heart teacher is the one who helped you the most in this life, okay? And here you can see can you see my cursor, Tim? Does it show?
Yes, it does.
It does? Okay. So here's the word guru in Sanskrit. Jenny, what's this word in Chinese? Lao Shi? Jin
Lao Si.
Lao Si, yeah. Heart teacher.
Xing Lao Si.
Oh, Xing Lao Si, yeah. Xing Lao Si. So we put this Chinese and Sanskrit. This Sanskrit is guru, and guru means heart teacher, okay? And these are all stories how Tsongkhapa met his heart teacher. And he worked hard to find his heart teacher. I'm happy to be your heart teacher, but I don't have to be your heart teacher. Everybody has different feelings. Everybody has different capacity. Everybody has different teacher. Maybe I think your heart teacher, finding your heart teacher is like finding like a pair of jeans, okay? I took Veronica to buy a pair of jeans at the store. She tried 40 pairs. She tried on 40 pairs of jeans. You know, this women's store, they don't even have chair for the husband to sit. You know, you have to stand and wait for the lady to try on 40 pairs of jeans. Hey, Jenny, guess how many pairs she bought?
25?
She didn't buy any. 40 pairs. We are there for 2 hours. She didn't buy any, okay? Then a heart teacher. Heart teacher is similar. Heart teacher is similar, okay? You have to find your own one. You have to find your own heart teacher. Geshe-la doesn't fit everybody's. Geshe-la is like jeans, you know, and everyone has a different heart teacher. Or you have to look in your life to find your heart teacher. You have to check. You have to check many teachers, and you have to check the teacher carefully. And you have to see how is your feeling. How do you feel about them? Okay. And then you can choose a heart teacher. Okay. I have one friend, he says his heart teacher is his dog. You know, I have another friend, he says his heart teacher is his son, his baby son, like Maitri, you know, and we don't know who's your heart teacher. Okay. That's up to you. So here are some parts of the painting. That's Tsongkhapa in the middle. On his own right side, his right hand. So not our left, not our right side, his right side. This Lama here, this is Gyaltsabje. And that was his number one disciple. After Tsongkhapa passed away, then Gyaltsabje became the main teacher. And Gyaltsab means he took over the teaching after the teacher passed away. Okay, he was a very great book writer, and in fact, Nick Lasha, Professor Nick, who's the head of the Mixed Nuts Translation Group, Diamond Cutter Classics, he is translating 2 of Gyaltsab Je's books, and you can get them soon. Okay. Over here is the other main disciple. His name is Kedub Je, and he was the second main disciple of Tsongkhapa. And he wrote some great, great books about emptiness. He wrote very, very famous books about emptiness, and Utpala is translating them. The Mixed Nuts translator is translating them. One of those books is finished. We finished it last month. And Tim, I don't know if you can show it. It's called the Emptiness Meditations. It's over 400 pages, I think. And it took us about 5 or 6 years to finish. And can you see it, Tim? Oh, that's this book. If you want to get this book, if you want to get the Tsongkhapa book, you can get this QR code. And this is the English. The Singapore group is publishing the Chinese version in Chinese language. Here's the Emptiness Meditations book. And this is translated by the Mixed Nuts. We just finished this book. And this book just came out. It's an ebook. And you can get it in about 1 minute. I'm very happy. We have the ebook. So you can order it in about 1 minute. And I like to give them to my friends. I ordered 1 copy for my neighbor. My neighbor's always curious, who is this strange guy who lived next to me? And I sent him this book by email. You can do it in about 1 minute. You can send the book to your friend. Okay. And this is a new translation of how to meditate on emptiness. This comes from the Mixed Nuts, and it's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable how to meditate. And there's 38 emptiness meditations in this book. So I encourage you to get the book. And I think it's nice to give it away to your friends. You know, you can just send the ebook to your friend in about 1 minute. Okay. And then the money helps to support the translators. We helps to support all our translators. Hey, Miss V, you want to say hi? Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen again, Tim. Is that okay? All right. Where is that? No, not that one. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Oh, let me see. Oh, I see, Tim. I have to change this.
I think you'll have to stop sharing and reshare again.
I have to stop the focus thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Stop the share. Go to here. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Okay. Window. Okay. And back to screen share. Yeah. Well, let's do it this way. No. Not here. Okay. Now can you see it, Tim? The posters?
No, it's showing. There they are. There it is.
Okay, good. All right. So I'll tell you some of how Tsongkhapa found his own heart teacher. In this part of the painting here, he's studying Lamrim. Okay, he also studied Lamrim here, and this is how he studied with his own teacher to learn about how to find a teacher. So even Tsongkhapa study with his own teacher how to find a teacher. Okay, and that's part of the painting. You can find it here. Okay, in the book you can find it. Let me see something. By the way, this monk here is the first Dalai Lama, 600 years ago. Okay, his name is Gendendu. He's also a student of Tsongkhapa. Okay, and you can see him also. He's one of the monks in the group. Okay, and let's see. Here, Tsongkhapa again is studying how to go to a teacher, how to study with a teacher. This is the first day that Tsongkhapa met first Dalai Lama. At that time, first Dalai Lama was not a monk, and you can see he has a mustache and a beard. And later he became a monk. Here's my own teacher, Ken Rinpoche Geshe Losam Tarchen. And here is Tsongkhapa asking for to become, let me see. He's asking for Diamond Way initiation from his teacher. So this shows us what's the best way to ask your teacher. And you can see even Tsongkhapa, who is so great, he is kneeling down and he is respecting his teacher. So it's very important when you are trying to find a teacher. After you make a connection with the teacher, you have to show them a lot of respect. If you don't show them respect, it doesn't hurt the teacher, but your practice won't be so good. Your meditation won't be so good. You will not see emptiness. So you have to choose teacher carefully. Take your time. Don't choose the first teacher you meet. I heard somebody met a monk in an airport, and they asked the monk to become their teacher after 5 minutes. This is too fast, okay? Take your time, check out this person, ask their other students, but after you become their student, then you have to respect them. You have to show them a lot of respect, okay? And here Tsongkhapa is showing us, he's here, Tsongkhapa is kneeling down, and he's showing a lot of respect to his teacher, okay? So that's very important if you want to have this relationship with your teacher, okay? So that's the first of the 12 posters. By the way, we made these posters into calendar for the new year. And you can get the calendar. You can get all 12 posters with a calendar for 2022. And Tim is showing the QR code, I think. And you can get all of these 12 posters in a calendar, okay? All right, I'm gonna show you the second poster, and then maybe we have some question and answer, okay? So Tim, I'll spend about 5 minutes on the second poster, and then we can have question and answer. This is in the new year. I think a good thing to do is to try to save the world, okay? Try to help the whole world. And this second poster is about how to help the whole world. What can I do? What can I do to help the whole world, okay? And this is the meaning of this second poster. In the new year of 2022, what can each person do to help the whole world? What can we do to help the whole world? You know, when you're born, when you're a kid, you see the superhero movie like Spider-Man, new Spider-Man movie. Hey, Jenny, I didn't see it yet, but I'm planning, okay? New Spider-Man. Then when I was a kid, I asked my mom, hey, Mom, I want to be like Spider-Man. She said, do you know how Spider-Man became Spider-Man? Then I said, yeah, I read in the comic book, in the manga. He got bitten by a radioactive spider. Then he got superpower from the spider bite. So for like 3 years, when I was a kid, I tried to, every time I see a spider, I try to get bite by this spider. Because I think I also will become super like Spider-Man, you know. And we all want to be a superhero. That's why we like the superhero movie, you know. And you can, okay? If you study this book, if you study Tsongkhapa's life, if you do what Tsongkhapa did, you can be a superhero. You can do it, okay? You can really do it. Here's the Sanskrit here, it's bodhicitta, okay? Bodhicitta. I don't know, Jenny, is the Chinese bodhicitta here?
Chinese bodhicitta? Puti-xin.
Is it here?
Puti-xin.
Puti-xin. Yeah, same thing, right? So these are some suggestions how to become a bodhisattva. I'll give you some. Here's one important picture here. Tsongkhapa had a good relation with Chinese emperor. You know, Chinese emperor wrote to Tsongkhapa. He invited Tsongkhapa to come to the capital of the empire. And these Chinese government officials came to meet Tsongkhapa. And Tsongkhapa sent his main student, Jamchen Chuje, to go to Beijing to meet the emperor. And there was a good relationship. So Tsongkhapa recognized that it's important for every country to cooperate with each other. He support this idea that all people, all different kinds of people, all different kinds of countries, in his own life, he was an international diplomat. He was very careful to bring countries together, to meet people from different countries. And here you can see he's meeting people from different places in China, okay? And so he's giving us an example that if we want our meditation to be good, if we want our practice to be good, we should cooperate with other countries' people and with many different races, different languages, different religions. We should cooperate with each other. We should help each other, okay? So that's from the paintings. You can see his good example, okay? This is a beautiful picture of Tsongkhapa had a special vision when he was meditating. And he's meditating and he saw all these holy beings, you know. And you can see Atisha is here. And the other great, here's Nagarjuna. And these are the great teachers of the Lamrim. And in his meditation, he saw all the great teachers of the Lamrim. And they said, look, Tsongkhapa, if you want to help the world, if you really want to help the whole world, then you should study Lamrim. You should learn Lamrim. Many years, you should study Lamrim. And you should translate, you should write about it. And that's the example you see here. Why did Tsongkhapa write Lamrim? Why did he write the greatest book about the steps of the path to enlightenment? Why did he write it? These guys told him to, okay? Nagarjuna, Atisha, these great teachers, they told him, if you really want to help this world, then you should study Lamrim, you should practice the steps of the path, you should keep doing Lamrim, and please write the book about the Lamrim. So, for example, the ACI courses, the first course number one, is about the Lamrim. And we spent, I spent 10 years teaching you guys Lamrim, and we have 10 more years to go, okay? But here is Buddha telling Tsongkhapa, if you really want to help the world, then you should study Lamrim, and you should practice Lamrim. If you really want to help this world, then you should become a Lamrim master, okay? And this is the meaning of this painting, okay? I put a quotation from the Yoga Sutra, if you really believe that the world is coming from seeds, then if you don't like war, if you don't like to see war in the world, if you don't like to see different countries fighting with each other, if you don't like to see violence in your family, if you don't like to see fighting in your own family, if you really want to help the world, then change your seeds, okay? Change your own seeds. If you don't have violence in your own heart, then you will see violence disappear in the world. This is the way to change the world. It's not that you have a super war and you kill all the people who are making war. That's not the answer, okay? The answer is stop the emotion of war inside your own heart, and then the war will stop in the world. You can stop war in this world, but you have to stop it in your own heart first, okay? This is my favorite, one of my favorite parts of the painting, this one here. And at that time, there was no big monastery in the middle of Tibet. There was no place to go to study, no place to go to retreat, no place to study the books, no place to learn to be mixed knot translator. There was no place. So Tsongkhapa and his 5 students, just 6 people, they decide we should build a place for people to study. We should build a new place for people to study. And Tsongkhapa said, okay, we need some money, And they all check their pockets, how much money they have. Hey, Jenny, can you guess how much? The first day they start to build a retreat center and the university, how much money they have? They collect all the money, $5, $5 US. Okay, they have $5. And they say, we only have $5. Then Tsongkhapa said, okay, let's start. We can buy some rocks and we will do the labor ourselves. So here they are building Ganden Monastery. This is Tsongkhapa's main monastery. And it became like Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. It became like DCI, SCIM College. And it's a hard work. This is a hard work. And they start with no money. They start with $5. And they start with some bricks, and we have to do the same. If you want to help this world, you have to make like Jenny Wong's Singapore group, Malaysia group, Indonesia group. You have to work hard, and you don't have money in the beginning. That's okay. The main problem is not money. The main problem is courage and determination. And then you can build a group. It took Jenny 10 years, 12 years. You can build a group. You can build a university. You can build a retreat center. You just need courage. You need to have courage. You have to decide to do. Okay. All those temples, all those stupas, all those colleges, all those retreat centers, it's all the same. They all start with no money. And they all start with a few brave people, okay? Don't wait for Geshe-la to build a college in Moscow or Singapore or Ho Chi Minh, If you have $5, then start. And it's courage. Courage makes the place, okay? Not the money. The money comes later, okay? This is an important thing, and I think I'll stop here today, and then I'll take some questions, Tim. We only have time for a few, but I like this. This is a kind of a sad scene. This picture in the painting is today. This picture in the painting is today. This is the day that Tsongkhapa died, okay? This is the day that Tsongkhapa left this world, okay? We don't say die, we don't say Lama died. We say this is the day that the Lama left this world, okay? And this is the painting. In the painting, you can see this is the day that Tsongkhapa left this world. It's this holiday today. Why we make the candle today? One reason is he left the world on this day, and we are asking him to come back, okay? And it's very interesting. Tsongkhapa, if you can see in his right hand, he has a Lama hat. He has a yellow Lama hat, okay? And he's giving the hat to Gyaltsabje, to his student, okay? His best student, number one student. He is giving the hat to his student. And actually that hat, I'm gonna get you one, hang on. So this is Geshe-la's Geshe hat, okay? And this hat I got when I became Geshe. And in the monastery, when the kids get this hat, they use it like Frisbee. They like to throw the hat to each other like this. And it spins very nice when you throw it to your friend. You can spin the hat and you can throw it to your friend, you know? So actually, Howell Tsongkhapa gave the hat to his student. Here, he's very respectfully giving the hat to his main student, and then he died. Then he passed away. But really, in the story, he threw the hat like a Frisbee to his student Gyaltsabje, and Gyaltsabje caught the hat, you know. And then it's a sign that Tsongkhapa wants more future generations to follow Tsongkhapa's teaching. He wants future generations. Each generation should teach the next generation. Agong, Yeye, Abuelo, grandfather Geshe Michael should teach student and pass on the hat. Okay, Jenny, can you catch the hat? Okay, I'm throwing you one hat. Okay. So, you know, grandpa should teach good students around the world in different countries. And then you have to become the teacher and you have to teach your students, okay? It's not my job to teach, and you have to learn. And then I throw the hat to you in every country, Russia, Vietnam, Japan, different countries, Taiwan. You have to catch the hat. And then you become the teacher for your place, and you become the teacher for your generation. Then you have to find $5 and start to build something, okay? And the money will come, don't worry about it. I think it's very interesting. This painting in the Mongolian temple, the paint cracked here in Tsongkhapa's head, you see? That's not paint. This is cracking of the old paint. But to me, I always thought it was very interesting. This is the day that Tsongkhapa left his body. And you can see the paint cracked right here in his head. And to me, it always seemed like he was leaving his body, you know, in that painting, okay? Okay, so Tim, let's go to some questions. Do you have any? Let's just do a few.
Great, Geshe.
One more thing. Hey, Tim, can I show something?
Yeah.
I'll show you tomorrow. Okay, let's go ahead.
All right. So the first question, Geshe-la, is what are you were talking about finding your heart teacher. What are some of the seeds that we can use what can we do to plant the seeds for our heart teacher? And then secondly, what does it feel like when we finally found them? How do we know that this is the one?
I have a lot of ideas about it, but I'll share a few. I have many friends in America, hippies, 50 years ago, 40 years ago. They say, I want to find my heart teacher, I'm going to go to India, or I'm going to go to Himalayas, and I will find my teacher there, And I like to say, if you plant the right seeds, your teacher has to come to you. You see, you don't have to go to Himalayas. What's the Himalaya is two things: highest mountain in the world, very cold, and secondly, best place to get diarrhea in the whole world. If you want to get diarrhea, you can go to India, you can go to Himalayas. Okay, so you don't have to go to other country. You don't have to. You're not going to find teacher this way, okay? I went to Himalayas. I suffer in the Himalayas with diarrhea and cold. And then when I came home, I found my teacher is 45 minutes away from my house, So you can bring the teacher to you, okay? You have to be like a beautiful flower, and the bee will come to you. It's very difficult to catch a bee. But if you have a beautiful flower, the bee will come to you, So my suggestion, help all those teachers like Jenny Wang all over the world, help them. Be a volunteer, Help them get the place, help them print the books, help them give the teaching, help them do the tech. Be a volunteer. I was a volunteer for 25 years. People say, oh, Geshe-la, you have so many volunteers. You have 1,000 volunteers in the world. Hey, I was the only volunteer for 25 years. I washed dishes for 8 years. Okay. I was the dishwasher for 8 years, and this is how you make the seeds. Okay. So help the Dharma, help the teachers, serve the teachers, and by the way, those human teachers are not perfect, okay? They get upset sometimes. They get jealous sometimes. They make mistakes sometimes. They are human. They are a person, They are also trying to practice the path, okay? If you see a teacher gets upset, or I don't know, teacher does something wrong, then don't get disappointed, okay? They are trying to be a good person. They are not perfect, okay? It's not, we are not perfect people, okay? My teacher had 100, 200 students. He fired all of them. He got in fight with all of them. I was the only survivor in the house. I'm the only one who survived from 100 people who live with him, because he's so angry person and so tough and so rough person, and everybody from Princeton, they used to tell me, oh, that Tibetan Lama, he taking your money, you are working so hard for him. You're working all day, volunteer for him. And he's like angry person. Like, why you stay there? Why you work for him, And I plant the seeds for my teacher to be a perfect teacher. You see, I don't wait for the teacher to be perfect. I make the teacher perfect, okay? So by planting your own seeds, by being a good person, by meditating, by studying Dharma, by not getting angry. Hey, Jenny, my teacher refused to be vegetarian. He, when he meets the other Lama, he will introduce me to the other Lama. He will say, this is my student. His name is Mike. He gave up, he couldn't give up, I'm sorry. He will introduce me like this. Mike gave up eating meat, but he didn't give up his klesha. He didn't give up his negative emotion. He will introduce me like this to the other teacher. He will say, this is Mike. He gave up meat, but he couldn't give up his anger, his desire, his jealousy. He will introduce me this way, and so he will make fun of me that I don't eat meat, and he eats meat, Then I say, I'm going to change this, So I change my seed, change my seed. When he was 70 years old, he gave up meat. Suddenly, he gave up eating meat. He said, I decided not to eat meat anymore, And so the teacher also comes from your seeds, okay? The teacher also comes from your seeds. So how to meet your heart teacher? Plant the seeds by volunteer to help the teaching. And then you create the heart teacher. You make the heart teacher. They come to you. It's like the husband in the kitchen, okay? The Lama don't come from the Lama. The Lama come from you. The heart teacher come from you. It's like the husband in the kitchen. It's the same, okay? If you want to meet your heart teacher, then help the Dharma to spread. Help organize teachings, be a volunteer, work hard. I clean the dishes. I was full-time dishwasher for 8 years. Then I was part-time dishwasher for 17 years. And I make my teacher perfect, I plant the seeds to have a perfect teacher, okay? So that's how you find your heart teacher. How do you know when you meet them? There's a famous quotation in the book, and it says, you met your heart teacher is the person who helped you the most to be a good person. Who helped you the most to become a good person is your heart teacher. That's your heart teacher, okay? Which teacher helped you the most to be a good person? Then that's your heart teacher, okay? That's how you know your heart teacher, okay? Okay, Tim, you want to stop there or you want one more question?
Let's go one more question.
Okay, boss.
So it's been said that when you start serving a teacher, someone who has a high karma, as a high karmic object, lots of old bad seeds ripen. Could you talk a little bit about this? Like, why is that the case, and how long do we have to suffer with that?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. When you meet your teacher, two things happen. You have chance to collect good karma, and you are burning off your bad karma very fast, very, very fast, okay? So there will be many problems with your teacher, okay? And you should be happy with those problems. We have a special DCI, new advanced level DCI. This month, January, we are going to talk about how to turn a problem into a masterpiece, like how to make a problem into something very, very, very beautiful, okay? And that's the new DCI level for January, okay? We will start in January, 12 new DCI levels. The first level is how to take a problem and how to turn it into something very, very beautiful, okay? So it's normal with your teacher that you will have some serious problems, okay? It's normal. If you don't have any problems with your teacher, there's something wrong. That's a problem, okay? So when you meet your teacher, it's like you got married, right? It's a honeymoon for a few months, you feel very happy. You feel very spiritual. The teacher looks very perfect for a few months, then you start to have problems. Then you see the teacher got angry, or the teacher want money, or something will happen, and teacher will yell at you. Teacher will get angry at you, and you just have to be happy. Okay, you just have to say, I don't care. Teacher angry at me, I don't care. Teacher yell at me, I don't care. I want to help the whole world. I want to be the light in the world. So don't get upset. Don't get discouraged. Don't quit. Okay, if you quit this teacher, it's like divorce, Then you're going to divorce the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. I think 90% of people who get one divorce get the second divorce, So my experience, it's very difficult to serve a teacher. It's very, very difficult. And you will have many bad days and many doubts. And you just have to have fun and laugh and say, okay, he's yelling at me today. She's yelling at me today. Okay, that's all right, I can do it. I can do it, So don't be too serious, okay? I think having fun is very, very important with your teacher, okay? Have fun with your teacher. Your teacher yell at you 10 times, then laugh 10 times and have fun. Go play some rock and roll or something, and don't get so serious, okay? And have fun with your teacher. It'll be okay. Later, it will be okay. You are burning your bad seeds. You are burning up your bad seeds, okay? Teacher will get angry. Teacher will yell at you. Teacher will be upset. Teacher will do something wrong. Oh, it's all coming from me. It's all coming from me. It's like the husband in the kitchen. Your teacher is the same as the husband in the kitchen. They're coming from you, okay? So, okay, tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow I will be a better student. Tomorrow my teacher will give me a hug. Tomorrow my teacher will praise me, So don't get so serious. I think why I survived in the Mongolian temple, this one hippie survived because I have fun. I just have fun, I don't take so serious, Usually when you get upset at your teacher, it's your own pride. It's your own pride. It's not the teacher. It's your own pride, okay? So when there's trouble with your teacher, just have fun, do something good. I like to go ride my bicycle, or I will play some rock and roll or like that. I'm not allowed to play rock and roll in the Mongolian temple, but I have secret earphones in my monk's room, and when my teacher yell at me, I can go listen to rock and roll a little bit and have fun, okay? So don't get so serious, don't be so serious. The student is usually too serious, okay? Try to respect your teacher. Try to listen to your teacher. You will fail. You will make mistake. Teacher will get angry. Then just relax, okay? Don't worry so much. Just relax, have some fun, and come back the next day. And they will yell at you the next day. And then come back the next day. And they will yell at you the next day. And just keep coming back. And your life will be very, very happy. You need a teacher. You cannot practice this path without a teacher. It's not possible. It's impossible, okay? You need a teacher. If your teacher's not perfect, then make them perfect with your seeds. If your husband's not perfect, that come from you. If your teacher's not perfect, that come from you, okay? And you can fix it. And you can have a perfect teacher. All right, you guys. Tim, how about we continue tomorrow?